Hello, everyone. This is Moncef Afkir, and thank you so much for joining me in this new call of Your Divine Uniqueness. And yeah, so today's call will be a short group process, about 20 minutes. And yeah, so first, Happy New Year. I wish you like wonderful and a new year filled with um, like creating more of your heart desire, like seeing them more realized in the physical reality, and having good health, abundance, and more love and peace in your life. And yeah, so just very brief introduction for those of you who are experiencing this for the first time. So so in these group sessions, in general, there is a main theme, and I talk about it a little bit in maybe 2 or 3 parts, and then I stay silent for a few minutes. And what happens is that energetically there is shifts and support happening. Um, like I hold the space, and also the beings who are here with us, co-creating with us this journey or session, they are also bringing their support and helping to shift anything that needs to get more attention, that needs to be transmuted or to be activated in your personal life. And you don't need to do anything on your end, just be here and now. Sorry. And from time to time, I remind you to take a deep breath. So in case um, maybe you are not present, you can come back and be here with us. And yeah, so in the beginning, I invite you to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, then exhale through your mouth. And I will let you do the breathing at your own pace. And now I invite our higher selves, spirit guides, and benevolent beings who are here with us. And so the theme is timelines, shifting timelines. And just before that, I want to take maybe just 1 minute. So so all of us can do a prayer for everyone in the world, like victims of whether it's wars in Europe, in Middle East, or earthquakes in Asia. So I will stay silent for a minute and just invite everyone to maybe do a prayer for them for support, for healing, and those who are transitioning to make the transition much more easier and graceful. And everyone can do the prayer the way they normally do that. So take a deep breath. Thank you. So yeah, so as I mentioned, is the theme today is about shifting timelines and like those phases that we experience from time to time in our life. And in general, shifts in timelines happen, how to say, in every moment, because we are taking choices or making choices in every moment, but we don't feel that. But here I'm talking more about those that are more that we can see or feel in our physical reality, can feel them in our body, and they happen usually when we've been through like a healing phase, or a phase where it's more about either integration or healing, or connection more within and growth. And it can be like short, it can be a long time. But what happens is that the timelines, they start to show up both like in general, two or more, show up in our life. And it's like this physical reality start to talk to us, like it's showing us the old, what is aligned with the old self, and also what is aligned with the new self, or the new path that we are stepping into. And 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 sometimes it can be easier to make the choice to recognize that, yeah, I want this one. I just feel it aligned with my heart, and this is my desire. And you kind of recognize that the other path, it feels like more dense, more trying to take you um to the past patterns. But other times it becomes, how to say, it can be challenging to make the choice. And because when the old path, sometimes it gets stronger than the new one. The new one can be settled, can be more peaceful, can um, we can feel more love, but the others can be loud. And why? Because in general, it brings with it our old traumas and old fears, and we start doubting what we desire. We start doubting if we will actually receive what we desire, and we start being afraid of missing out, and we start having maybe hard time to decide, because the old way, it feels like for us that it's something that is easy to access, something that is sure to receive, and also it can feel safe um, compared to the new path, because it's something that is already known and we are used to that. Take a deep breath. But here it can be very helpful to take time before making a choice, if it's not something urgent, um, to just relax, to focus on the breath, or be in nature, just to help us come back without thinking too much about or giving too much energy to making that choice, especially when it's a little bit confusing. And this, it helps us to relax a little bit our nervous system, and this help also release that tension that we feel from the old traumas or fear that show up. And then we can start noticing how each path that is showing for us, how does it feel for us? Um, and also what we really desire in our life. Um, take a deep breath. And this shift in timelines can happen in different ways. I mean, I just give an example for me. Like in the past, it was like we were a group of three people, and the two of them, they were talking to each other, and it was interesting because it was each one, like the way they were speaking, they were representing the two paths, the old one and the new one. And the old one it feels like defending himself. It feels like trying to prove that he is right. But the other one, there was more trust, more confidence, and also more joy and more ease. It's like there is nothing to prove. It just is. It's feel more easier and it resonates more with the heart. And also like another example, like showing two different kind of experiences, like um, people I can live with, or maybe a place I can live in. And the old one, it feels like very, again, it felt like maybe very dense, very demanding. And also there is some, how to say, some fear in its energy compared to the other, which was not forcing and not trying to convince that this is the path I need to choose, but it's more about it's an invitation. So in general, it feels more easier with the new path. It doesn't need a lot of effort. It's how to say, and maybe also the thing that can make it challenging to make a choice is when the new path is in the beginning of its unfolding or unfoldment. Um, it feels like this new path will take time for us to receive it compared to the old one, which is already here. But yeah, it's again, it's more about always coming back to the heart, um, and trying to release that urgency, and also the trying to control the timing and how things will unfold. It's um, it's more about trusting the process we are going through and trusting that we really deserve what we want and it will happen. Um, yeah, take a deep breath and I will stay silent for a couple minutes. And yeah, as I said before, you don't need to do anything, just be here and now. And yeah, the being with us will be working with each and every one of you, um, depending where they are and what they need in their journey. So take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Another thing that I want to talk briefly about is it's you who makes your own, it's you who make your own rules in life. In general, I don't like to use the word rule because it's in general it's like this is the limit we create. But um, what I mean it's you who choose the way you create and the way you live your life. And if someone chose a path or way of being and it works for them, it doesn't resonate with us, it doesn't mean that we need to force ourselves to follow what they did. Um, it's more about trusting our inner truth, our true power, and because this is how we live as sovereign beings. It's we don't compare ourselves to others. We may get inspired by them while we are believing in our true worth and true power. It's more feeling that we are all here equal. And even though if someone is far in advanced in their path, doesn't mean that they are better or um, they know better. Maybe they know a few things or something that they experience themselves, but um, our path or our vision of our life, we are the only one who really see the truth of it, and we are the only one who can really create what we really desire. Um, so take a deep breath. And I say that because sometimes when we shift timelines or we shift path, we may hear from others around us or try to convince us that to stay where we were before because they chose to stay in their safety zone instead of maybe moving forward. And sometimes, even though you are physically with them, it feels like um, if you choose the new path, it feels like you are giving up on them. And you might be feeling some guilt or maybe fear of maybe losing them. Um, but here again, it's honoring the choice of that others make, respecting that, and that respect sometimes mean um, following our hearts and not following what they are asking us to do, even though it's maybe they resist at some point. Take a deep breath. And so here it's about putting yourself first. Um, and this is not caring about others. You co-create, you will support them, but it's not about sacrificing what's important to you because your heart choices are very important because those they bring more and more of your light and more of your uniqueness, and they can really help in ways that sometimes we don't recognize, we don't see in the beginning. They really can help in this global shift that we are experiencing. First, it supports you in your own life, in your own path, but at the same time, it really supports the collective, the humanity's collective, because the more people step into their truth and follow that, the more light will be experienced on Earth, and that's also being in service. So take a deep breath. And I will stay silent again for a couple minutes. And yeah, the being with us will be holding the space and supporting you in in your path. So take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. So thank you so much for creating with all of us, the group here, and for your presence, for sharing your energy and your time with us today. And I thank our higher selves, spirit guides, and beings who have been with us here for their support and co-creation. And now I invite every one of you to come back to their own energy field as we are completing this session. And yeah, so I hope it serves you, session. And Vivian, Happy New Year. Thank you. Jenny, Happy New Year too. Thank you. And yeah, just want to mention that the new season for Your Divine Uniqueness, it will start next week on Tuesday with Joy Baker. It will be January 9th. And I think I will send you an email about that on Saturday. And also, I will be doing more of these group sessions. So I will inform you about those as well. Violet, thank you also. And yeah, so thank you so much, everyone. And thank you for being here, for joining me. And I'm sending you so much love. And I will see you on the next call. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you, Suzanne. Bye, Violet. Thank you, Maria, on YouTube.